Tune in, turn up, get turned out, don't turn off the radio. Tune in to what turn up, get turned out, don't turn off the radio. Tune in, turn up, get turned out, don't turn off the radio. Tune in to what turn up, get turned out, don't turn off the radio. You heard the alarm, get up and go, tune in to the Beat Break Morning Show. Peace to Sean Garvey and the Wake Up Squad, guaranteed to make sure you don't wake up calm. That's the point, yo, don't stress them. They on Beat Break 87 FM. What a combat, they left them. Get tuned in, get a lesson on comedy music, be a believer. They can do anything, they are achievers. We are here to change the world, a show for adults, not for boys and girls. Yo, tune in, turn up, get turned out, don't turn off the radio. Tune in to turn up, get turned out, don't turn off the radio. Tune in, turn up, get turned out, don't turn off the radio. Tune in to turn up, get turned out, don't turn off the radio. Yo, this your man Precise from the Go. Tune in to BeatBreakRadioFM.com for music, comedy, entertainment, news, and interviews. Peace.
You're now rocking with the best. It's the Beat Break Morning Show, motherfuckers. Good morning, good morning. It's the Beat Break Morning Show. You're now rocking with the best. I go by the hardest working man in radio, the architect himself, Sean Garvey, in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to DJ Rolo, Sharia Thomas, Diamond Love, and Sheriff Fat Mohammed. We are the Beat Break Morning Show crew. Make sure you follow us everywhere on your social media at Beat Break Radio on Facebook, Twitter, and on Instagram. So glad to be back with you all this morning. Shout out to all of my followers and viewers via Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Beat Break Radio, and on my personal page at Sean Garvey and at Sean Garvey ATL. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let me introduce to you all my next guest. Just came back from vacation, a honeymoon experience. Let me tell you a little bit about this gentleman I got in the studio. I don't know if it's right to say gentleman, because in reality, he's really not, but it is what it is. I've known this guy for about 2 years and a month. We worked together at one of the AM FM stations here in Atlanta, and he's been in the game. He's been amazingly, he's been in the game for about 15 years, going on 16, the same amount of time that I've been in radio. And he's been grinding, ladies and gentlemen. When I say he's been grinding his ass off. He does radio, he does stand-up comedy, he does music, he's a father, a husband, and he gets on everybody's nerves. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so glad to have this brother come on the morning show, the Beat Break Morning Show. First off, this is a very, very epic situation that we got going on. We got the one and only comedian. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for comedian Darnell Morris in the building.
What is happening over here? Yeah.
What's going on, fam? How you doing?
I'm chilling. We can leave the husband thing out because I'm performing right now.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
We can leave that out.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You mean so when we go back in post-production and edit, we can take that out?
Yeah, that's different. I'm still cheating.
Oh my!
So I'm out here in these streets. Well, how the ladies gonna know? How they gonna know I'm still giving out this work?
But you got this thing on your finger though. It's a ring. Oh hell no!
What say you now?
What in the hell? The first time ever on the Beat Break Morning Show, he gonna throw his wedding ring. It's not a Super Bowl ring, not even a class graduation ring, but a wedding ring.
My wife doesn't like that joke, but it gets laughs, so I'll do it.
Dude, you got some making up.
Sean,
does she watch the Beat Break Morning Show? Or has she ever listened to the Beat Break?
No,
Morning
she
Show?
does.
Oh,
she does. She's very active in my career because she doesn't think I'm funny at all. And I want to say thank you for inviting me onto Beat Break. to come down here and tell some dick. Can we say that?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so tell some dick jokes. Appreciate you. And my good friend Quyinoah's here.
Hey, how you doing? Morning.
How you doing, Quyinoah?
Intro.
Oh my goodness. You work along with him.
I do.
Yeah.
I do. And I'm also a entrepreneur and a published author.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, can you tell us, and be honest,
Uh-huh.
what is it like working with Darnell?
Jesus.
Where do I start? Is this a therapy session?
It is radio. So
Okay.
radio is meant for people that want to come in and release.
Yes, release some things. Darnell is a hot mess. He definitely would keep HR excited and in the
On their
environment.
toes.
Yeah, he's definitely that type, but he's a breath of fresh air at the same time.
Yeah.
An annoying breath of fresh air, I guess you can say.
Yeah.
She started cracking jokes on me earlier today, Sean. I'm not even going to hold you up. She started talking about my mama, I think, earlier in the station.
Mama, I don't do my mama.
You don't do mama
I
jokes?
don't do mama jokes. Because I'm a mama, so I don't like doing mama jokes.
Yes. You have two kids. Two
I
kids,
have
right?
Two babies, yes.
Two babies.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Darnell, no jokes about her kids now.
No, I don't joke about the kids. I do think, you know what, let me just hold that comment back.
Here we go.
Let me just hold it because I was going to say she's a MILF. If you guys can't see her, I hope you're watching on Instagram. She hot. She hot though. You're welcome.
I'll take that.
You're welcome.
Wow. I heard you say you take that. So is that the truth, the whole truth, or nothing but the truth?
I mean, I don't think that I hold the standard or can label myself as that. Other people would have to consider that. So,
Okay.
you know, that just means that I'm still attractive after being a mother. That's good thing.
That's good.
That's a
Shout
good thing.
out. Yeah, no,
Shout out to all the moms who are still fine and, doing their best and living their best lives and
We're living our best lives.
still
Shots.
looking good and feeling good and smelling good. And all
Even
that
though
good
she
stuff.
did just say, her kids are 9 and 11, and she still got baby weight. I can't do everything with
I
you.
never said anything about baby weight. I said when you have children,
It's grown-up weight now.
Things are structured differently. Grown-up weight for real.
It's grown-up weight now.
Shout out to the single mothers, though. I don't mean this conversation to go far left, but I actually.
assume that I was a single mother.
Oh.
Oh.
I don't see no ring.
Okay, I'll take
I ain't got one on either. What we talking about here?
Well, you had
that.
one.
You just Heisman your ring.
You had one.
Go with God. Won't
Oh
he
my
do
goodness.
it?
Oh my
Lord
goodness.
have mercy.
Let me tell you something, though. I have had an opportunity to meet this young lady and travel with her through her journey as a poet and as a writer.
Mhm.
And she also does Cool Moms Dance.
Okay.
And you do that every Saturday,
I
correct?
do that every Saturday, correct.
And what time is that?
From 11 to 12 p.m. Downtown Decatur, and we do family dance fitness classes.
And I think
We get moms right. We turn all these moms into milfs, I guess you can say.
Wow.
Keeping them fit, but you bring your kids along to have a good time.
well, this show just took a left.
Nah, that's good.
She
That's
does
good,
a
keeping
lot
the
though. She
family
does a lot
active.
though. She does a lot in the community, and she does a lot for her kids. And she is a single mom with 2 kids. So,
Uh-huh.
I appreciate everything that you do out here.
Thank you. I appreciate you saying something nice for a change and not creepy.
Where's your
Still out on
bathing
that
suit?
one. Jury's still out on that one. We got to talk about that, though. But let the people know a little bit more about Darnell Morris. Where are you originally from? You from up north, right?
Born and raised New York City, Flushing, Queens. Queens, stand up. West Side, what up? I actually started in radio when I was 17. I didn't know what I wanted to do. And I knew I wasn't going to the NBA. But Howard Stern was a big influence on me, and that's how I got into radio.
I love Howard Stern.
I think he's great.
Yeah.
And I think he's an entrepreneur, and he's prolific. So after hearing him, and I was listening to him for years because my mother used to listen to him.
Right.
So I said, you know what? And nothing else is going on for me right now. Let me try radio. And my college, Nassau Community College, was one of the few college stations left in New York. So I went in there, and the funniest thing on earth, right?
Right.
So I go in there, and we have like our interview or whatnot. So there's this African guy in front of me, and I can hear them because it's still a state school, so the walls are cheap. And the program director, Jim Green, tore him to the ground. He said, maybe you should learn English before you come back here and try and audition again. I am outside now, literally shitting bricks on myself. I was like, well, what's going to happen with me?
Right.
So I go in there for my audition, and I'm in there for about 30 seconds, and Jim says, stop. And I'm like, oh, God, what is he about to say right now?
Right.
And Jim just looked at me. He said, when can you start? And the rest is history. I started comedy a few years after that, and I've been in comedy for 10 years now, And, I mean, you can catch me anywhere. Hole in the Wall, Punchline, Relapse Theater. I actually canceled a comedy gig for you tonight.
To come here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's well worth it.
Yeah.
It's well worth it.
Yeah.
But I will have some other jokes coming up. I got a big show, not this week, but next week on Saturday.
Okay.
And I will tell you everything that happened on my honeymoon.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
It was mostly ugly.
Is that why you threw your wedding ring live on Facebook
I'm
and
still
Instagram?
married. Is that?
We got to find that ring during the commercial break.
Yeah,
but
we got to. Lamborghini Mercy.
Wow. That's amazing.
But you know what? I'll tell you what, not to cut you off,
No, go for
but
it.
real quick. Kiana keeps hitting on me, so I don't know how long I'm going to be married.
How is she hitting on you? She's not even
Oh,
saying
you see that
anything.
look in her eyes. Stop it. I'm not the only one.
Oh, that must be that look, man. Yeah, the look that you just did.
My wife is Dominican. I get that look all the time. That's how I knew we was in love.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah, this conversation, this interview has went far, far, far left. But it's all good, though. It's all good. Listen, we've had so many comedians come on our show, from Cat Williams to Cedric the Entertainer, even Doodoo Brown, comedian D'Amico, many others have came on the Beat Break Morning Show. And you really have set the pace for other aspiring comedians and up-and-coming comedians to come on and to do what you do. But comedy is not as easy as what people think. So explain, like, what does it take to actually be on stage and to rock the house? What does it take?
I mean, it's tough. And my man Michael Collier and Monique, I think we all know Monique here, gave me some really great advice. They said, if you want it, you got to work at it. And it's not just about writing jokes and being funny. It's about going out 3 times, 4 times a week to be either participating or watching comedy. So when I got that advice, I took every little bit of it, because these are players that have been in the game for 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I met more comedians over this past weekend when I was on vacation. And let me tell you something, man. We don't watch comedy the same way you watch comedy. We don't, because y'all are watching it for the ha-ha. I'm looking at it for stage presence, how you construct a joke, and how you bring it back. And I've learned so much just from doing that. Like, I have this joke that I haven't released yet. Let me just put that out there now. But it's called Surprise Pussy.
Surprise Pussy.
Yeah.
Okay.
But watching Dave Chappelle, to my point, he taught me how to tell a joke and bring it back. And you also have to understand the type of comedian that you are, because I'm not the type of person who I can just write jokes and then go out and recite them. That's not me. I write a punchline, I write a premise, and that's it. And then I'll go with the crowd for that.
There you have it. There you have it. Everybody has their own rhythm. Everybody has their own unique style, you know. But it takes courage. It takes a lot of guts. Absolutely.
Once you get that first laugh, it's amazing. Once you get that first chuckle or whatever, that's when I threw a wedding ring across, that's my first chuckle on stage. And as soon as I get that first chuckle, I'm golden. I'm good. I have the confidence because it takes confidence. And I also work with Miss Sophia every Wednesday night on Mix.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Miss Sophia.
Yeah, Miss Sophia. And that taught me a lot as well. That taught me stage presence and being there. And Kiana, you were there for one of the Wednesday night shows. It just taught me stage presence and being out there and being active. So it means something.
Absolutely. Darnell Morris is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Comedian Darnell Morris right here on the Beat Break Morning Show, along with Kiana, writer and poet as well. So we're going to get to you next after this break. We're going to talk about what you got going on. And we're going to try to find Darnell Morris' wedding ring before we get back on, ladies and gentlemen, because we don't want you to just come out of your honeymoon and then the next day you get a divorce.
Well, I don't need it till 8.
Oh my God! That deserves a hand clap as well.
Really, a hand clap?
Why would you bring me on your show?
Because you wanted to be here.
I didn't want to be here.
We're going to read some of your comments on Facebook and on Instagram at Beat Break Radio and at Sean Garvey on Facebook, ladies and gentlemen. So we're going to be right back with more of the Beat Break Morning Show. Comedian Darnell Morris and Kiana in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all keep it locked right here. It's the Beat Break Morning Show, bitches. Stay tuned. Keep it dial live.
If you want to hear the best in underground music from your favorite independent artists, then keep your dial locked to Beat Break Radio.
Like I'm schizo, every time the kick goes, double time, do the rhyme, flip it like jujitsu. Music stuck in limbo, everybody simple. All I hear is pop, pop, pop.
Attention, all sexy ladies. Make yourself comfortable on the couch or in the bed. It's about to get steamy for the next hour or so. Tell your man to go home if he's not doing it right. It's the bedroom hour on Beat Break Radio.
You always keep me wet. Isn't that awesome? We're going to definitely have to talk about that.
And after that ring you threw in the first segment of the show, you're probably going to be having sex by yourself for a long time.
Was he cutting up in the beginning of the segment?
Oh, yeah.
We're going to have to talk about that.
Let's talk about you. Okay, we got to... Hold on. Cam, let me grab that real quick. You supposed to be a sex expert? That's what you do?
No, let's just make that very clear. I am not a sex expert.
So what are you?
I am a relationship ambassador. Even though that is a component to relationships, my signature is not a sex therapist or sex expert.
I'm so confused right now about a relationship ambassador. I don't know what.
It's because you're thinking a lot about sex right now, so that's probably why.
Yeah. I'm home. Never mind.
I got some questions.
Yeah. So what do you think is the key elements of a relationship? Because Kiana needs some help.
Okay, is it okay that I introduce myself to the audience? Hey, spectacular audience. I hope you guys are doing wonderful. I just want to first give Sean Garvey a special shout out and a special thanks for allowing me to be on the show. I am Tracy Smalls. I am originally from Charleston, South Carolina, and I migrated here to the Atlanta area to further my education. I am a relationship ambassador. I am the CEO and founder of the Black Man Acknowledgement Awards. And I am also an international speaker. And guess what? There's a third poet in the room. Yeah. I write and I freestyle. So that's pretty much me in a nutshell. I am a life lover. I'm just an optimistic chick, pretty much.
I like where this is going so far. I already like you already.
I got questions.
Sure. So let's get to your questions.
Wait. Before we go to Darnell, you got to break down the event that you held not too long ago.
Yes, I'd love to. It was actually this past Sunday. It was August the 26th in the Lithonia area at the Fairfield Inn and Suites. And basically what happened was, when I say phenomenal, That's like an understatement. This was the second year that I actually did the Black Man Acknowledgement Awards. It's going to be a yearly event, and we are also going to incorporate quarterly events that actually pretty much highlight the excellence, the brilliance, and to let black men know that they are indeed appreciated, that they are great daddies, they're great business owners, they're great leaders. They're just like a bag of chip, that and more, and they're literally like thebomb.com. And I mean, just to have been there and just to see the excitement, the appreciation, all the love and the energy in the room on this past Sunday, words can't even explain how awesome and the awesomeness of that actual award was.
So I got a question. Why wasn't me and Darnell there? Why we weren't there?
Great question. Well, actually, this is the first time I'm meeting Darnell, but we're definitely going to stay connected. And Sean, if I'm remembering correctly... Oh, you did? Okay. Well, definitely bring your beautiful wife.
Hold on, I'm still open.
Look, we're going to have to talk about that. Now, how you going to just be married but still open? And then to my knowledge, Sean, you had an engagement, a previous engagement, while you weren't able to make it.
Yeah, what was that? I'm trying to remember. What was that previous?
You got engaged?
You were doing some recording or working or something?
I was producing a radio show that Sunday.
Exactly. So that's why you weren't there, but...
No, he was recording his sex tape. He's just trying to get
No,
out
that
the
was
way.
2 years ago, by the way. Okay?
Oh, my God.
Oh, that was 2 years ago? Oh, I thought it was just this past Sunday. Oh, okay.
No, we don't do that on the Lord's Day.
His name is Mandingo.
Whoa, not the Mandingo.
Wow. Well, let me get my sound effects queued up on the other computer. So, so Tracy, I'm assuming you're going to have another one.
Oh, yes. It is an annual event. The actual award ceremony is. Okay. However, they will be quarterly events that incorporate the spotlight of our black men.
I like that.
Are we going to start talking about anal at any point in this conversation?
If you want to go there, we can. You know, that's part of sex.
We're trying to
Not quite yet.
We're trying to start. See,
He said, tone it down.
He wants things to be fast. Sometimes in life, you gotta do it slow.
You have sex with me. You only got 3 minutes.
Only 3 minutes. Well,
you only got 3.
And you know, it may take that or even less.
Do you hear me? I don't care what you doing. I'm finishing 3.
In 3.
Yeah, that's it. What we doing?
I know. It doesn't really take all that that long.
I said I could do about 1 in myself. So I don't know what.
You are silly, but I definitely feel you on that, and I understand where you're going with that.
That was my last sex experience.
Oh, that was your last. So let's talk about that. It was your last sex experience. So let's explore that. What do you mean by that?
He's about to tell another joke, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm not. Let me tell you something, and let me ask you, ladies, a question.
Sure.
Do you have kids, Tracy?
I do not.
But Kiana, you have 2 kids. I have this weird thing where I will not have sex with my wife while she is pregnant. Is that something that you experienced?
No, not at all.
So you said while you were pregnant, you did not have sex during the pregnancy?
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
I didn't experience a lack of sex during.
Awesome. And you should not have.
Yeah, I don't understand why that's a problem.
I don't understand that either.
Well, it really just depends on whether or not, the comfort of the engagement is still there while the woman is carrying that baby in the womb. They're pretty, there's some dynamics or components that could be the issue why during the pregnancy the sex drive may not be there. Do y'all feel me on that? Both parties.
Is this what you're doing? This what you're doing now, Kiana? This what you're doing?
Most pregnant women.
It'd be like, whoa, let's get it.
Their sex drive is
increases.
So what is your deal? That you are having some type of cognitive, distortion that you feel...
Distortion?
Yeah. Something's declining or something's happening where you don't feel adequate to provide for your woman while she's pregnant? What's going on?
First of all, I don't appreciate all the big words.
And she needs to break down that cognition. You talking about your mind? Is that what you're talking about?
I'm a comedian. You can't use... I don't know, but I have little girls. And so I just don't feel comfortable finishing where my daughter's entire body is. Is that weird?
Nothing is weird.
Nothing is weird. I mean, because you're an individual, and that's like she said, that's your perspective.
Now, after she gives birth, let me tell you something. This about to be a show going on in my house.
I feel you on that, and that's
Wait,
okay.
so you had sex with your husband when you were pregnant?
Yes, both times.
How often?
I'm not answering that question, but it was often enough.
Whoa.
Often enough. It's healthy.
How much is often?
I was going to say, and that really just depends on who you're asking again. Yeah. Often could be once a week. Oh, my God, I hope that is not. It could be like a half of a week, half of a day, 2-3 times. It just really depends. I hope you're having sex with your wife more than once a week. Come on, dude. You're married, right?
If she's pregnant for 9 months and you feel uncomfortable having sex with her, that means...
I'm on a drought.
You're on a drought.
Oh, wow.
You're going to have to walk through that.
I don't know.
That's why he's over there sweating.
Yes. It's 2 women. I haven't had this contact in 6 months.
Wow.
I don't know. I just feel uncomfortable with it. And, I mean, once a week, I think it kind of depends on what you do occupationally as well. Because, I don't have time to be having sex 3-4 times a week. I don't.
You know what? I mean, and that's you. Some people do, some people don't. It just really depends on the 2 parties that are engaged in the activity of, sex.
Gotta get real shy. Let me ask you something. Is there a masturbation to sex ratio that should be followed? Kiana, I'll leave that to you.
I think every individual has their own kind of flow of how they interact with their sexuality, so it just depends on you, the individual.
I have one more question for you, ladies. I have one more question. I was talking to a young lady, and she is probably 28, 29, something like that. I'll deny this later after the interview. But she said she has never orgasmed. She said she has never orgasmed. And I said, well, do you stimulate yourself? And she said, I did, but it never kind of worked out. Do you think there's something to that, or do you just need to take more time to figure out your body? Because if you can't stimulate yourself, I feel like how you expect somebody else to do that?
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much, that in a nutshell, like you said, just being able to know your own body for yourself and what actually stimulates you and get you to that climax point is, very important to know. And then sometimes, there are individuals, again, that key word is individuality, and the fact that everybody is different, when it comes to sexuality and what they explore and what they define as sexuality. So, sometimes it may take that partner to get you to that climax point. And, I also want to say too, and just, with the fact of sex, I'm hearing a lot of, physical contact. Mm-hmm. I just want to expound more on the fact that doesn't necessarily have to be the case, where you're having the physical penetration, the physical act of sex. Basically, it really, to me, it just, because ultimately the objective is to hopefully climax, to have an orgasm.
What is the other alternative?
Again, it goes back to the 2 people that are engaged. It can be spontaneity. It could be...
Sean, come on.
He had to step away from that. It could be numerous of things. The stimulation and getting to that climax point of an orgasm could be you just looking at your wife, with that sex appeal, with that eyes, and you literally just turn her... I wish I can actually say the word I really wanted to say, but you just really turn her to
say it.
Fuck on.
Come on,
say it.
Okay, when you just really when you just talking to her and you just looking her in the eyes, and she can feel the sensation, and to the point of where she's about to climax. Because, like I said, with the sexual activity, ultimately, it is to have an orgasm. So just with you talking to her can turn her the fuck on.
She just turned
And she may not even want nothing else after that. Exactly.
The Beat Break Morning Show with Sean Garvey, DJ Rolla, and the Wake Up Ladies. The only morning show where you can wake up next to more than just one woman.
I got a piece.
Welcome back.
This conversation just went loud. Who, me? I'll give you a handle. It's Darnezified on everything. DARNZYFIED. DAR. I don't be on it though. I don't have time for it anymore. And I'll be out here speaking the word of Jesus.
Now, just give us a few minutes before you follow up with something inappropriate after singing Jesus.
I don't know if I can do it, but Jesus told me.
You better sing that song.
Jesus told me.
What did he tell you?
I'm about to sign you after we all done.
Get a side chick. That's what he told me.
Oh boy.
Silence fills the room.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Beat Break Morning Show. Good morning, Sean Garvey in here with some special guests in the building. Darnell Morris, Tracy Smalls, and Quyinoah Brooklyn in the building. Brooklyn in the house.
Brooklyn.
What's up?
I gotta say, especially you, Quyinoah, you look very beautiful and you are very talented.
Okay, thank you.
I just wanted to if I haven't already, I just wanted to comment you on that.
Thank you.
Compliment you on that.
Thank you.
Where is this interview going?
I'm just saying. And Tracy, thank you for coming, by the way. And you look very, very beautiful as well. I like the dress that you're rocking right now. Designer, did anyone design that dress for you, or you got it from somewhere?
Yeah, Goodwill. They was the designer. I'm like a Goodwill queen. So special shout out to them.
Special shout out. All right.
Sean, I'm waiting for my compliments. I'll sit here and wait.
I told you was all right, man.
Whew. That's not what the...
Is that not good enough for you?
That's not what they said at the gay club last night. They was on me. I had to beat these hoes off with a stick.
They weren't on you, were
They
they?
don't be checking for him up in there.
I got accosted just last night.
Are you serious?
Guy was like, how big is... You know what? Here, Tracy. Just take the mic.
Do I need to take the mic from you?
Take the wheel.
Help him, Lord.
Man. By the way, before we go back into some things, Darnell is performing where in the next few days, weeks? Where are you going to be performing next?
I will be at Hole in the Wall on Monday. That's in the Peachtree Buckhead Bar area. I'll be there at 10 p.m. Wednesday night, I'll be at Club Mix, right across from the Atlanta Botanical Garden. Thursday, I will be at the Relapse Theater. That's right down by the college. And Saturday, this is what I'm talking about, Saturday, I have a great opportunity to go to the Atlanta Comedy Theater with Wanda Smith. And I had to, I'm not even going to hold you up, I had to rub her feet today. I swear to God, this is a true story. Don't
rely on that woman. She's married.
Yo, this is a true story. So I was, well, they just cancel each other out. So here's the thing. I was walking out, and Wanda Smith was sitting in the lobby of E103, and she said, I said, hey, Wanda, I have a question for you. And she said, don't ask me nothing about no damn comedy unless you about to rub my feet with some lotion. I took 3 steps, and I always keep lotion in my bag. Yeah. I turned right around.
Did you use some of that when you was
I certainly... No. That was Vaseline. Kiana just scooted away. She said, no.
Out of my dress.
Oh, my. Kiana, calm down over there.
I know. I hate it.
Kiana, would you chill out? I know it's been a minute, but damn. But I turned around and I had some cocoa butter in my bag, which I always keep in my bag. And I was out in the lobby massaging Wanda Smith's feet. Facts.
Okay.
And she said, well, you come up when you want to come up at this point.
Wow. Wow.
Say it, so.
So you definitely worship the ground she walks on, literally.
She could ask me to suck a toe. I didn't care. Here.
Wow.
Too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say something, but I had to catch myself.
Now you don't like your toes sucked?
Like you told me, say it.
Now, say it. Hey, this, by the way, Tracy, this is uncensored. This is the Beat Break Morning Show. We're uncensored.
Great.
Yeah, so you can say whatever you want to say.
I love it.
I have a question for the ladies.
Okay, and then we're gonna go back to Kiana because you did have a follow-up question.
Yeah, I have a question for the ladies. When you're dealing with a gentleman, correct? There becomes a point in time, and I'll just give you a for instance, like somebody sucking your toes or eating your ass, one or the other. But how do you become comfortable with that? Like, how do you know you like that after the first time? Kiana, I'll give it to you.
I think it's energy. It's a case by case basis. I've had my main partner was a very long term partner, so we did a lot together. But your level of comfort is based on the moment, the vibe, the energy, what you're feeling, and you may be open to something completely unorthodox today with one person and just not turned on with another. So it really just depends on the vibe, the mood.
Do you have an example?
Do you have an example of
Something unorthodox? That...
I don't have an example of anything unorthodox per se, but I will say that like we were talking about before the break, that when you have a connection with someone that is on a deeper level, sometimes it opens up different sides of you. It opens up different aspects of your personality. And that's why I regard intimacy over sex, because intimacy brings you to different levels of satisfaction, connectivity, that you probably wouldn't have by just looking at sex as a penetrative act. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, like we were talking about earlier, you don't necessarily have to have sex to have a pleasurable experience. Kundalini sex is something that people regard where you're not actually touching. You're not actually touching one another, but you're able to build this sensation and this buildup of energy, and it's very powerful. And there's ways to do that that's really powerful. So,
No, this is why y'all single now.
Well, yeah, that's her basically expounded on what I had mentioned before the break, the fact of, just it's not so much the actual act itself, but just being able to expound and to explore different avenues, because ultimately it is about an orgasm, it's about a climax, and whatever it takes for you and that other person to get to that is open for exploratory, and there's no limits to it.
Darnell, I think you're probably being a little close-minded to the perspective, because it's not saying there's a lack of sex, but it's more so the fact that you'll have a deeper connection, a more potent orgasm when there's more connection involved, as well as intimacy. When you feel comfortable with someone, when you can strip yourself bare emotionally, clothes is nothing. Your different body parts, they don't feel taboo because you're able to connect on a deeper level. So that's really important.
I'm not sure that he's actually feeling what you're saying. I know, like you said, it's closed-minded. No, let's hope not.
Let me ask you something. Y'all ever came off of not being touched, just looking at somebody, having an emotional connection? Have y'all ever orgasmed off of just the strength of somebody's energy? Okay.
Came very close. No. Came very close to it. Very close to it.
What is close? That's like me masturbating, not finishing, teasing myself. And
Yeah.
then like, I got it.
Yeah.
Kiana?
And by the way, we got a marker and a clipboard in case you want to write it down.
I would have to say, with all
I
honesty,
don't want this.
Yeah, I don't really think this is for that. But with all honesty, I've had experiences that were pleasurable that didn't require. I wouldn't say touch. I can't say that someone looked at me and like blue steel, I'm in love.
Yeah.
I'm sensation. No, that never happened to me. But I have been able to reach certain levels of pleasure by different forms of touch and connection that didn't include the traditional regard for sex, which is penetration. So I think if we're going to have a conversation like this, we should be able to expound and not just talk about the basics and all the things that are kind of general and like, that's cute. But one of the reasons why a woman wouldn't be able to climax is because she doesn't know her body, and hence, if you don't know your body, you don't know aspects of yourself, which is really important. You can reach certain levels of satisfaction when you really are in tune with who you are as a person, period. Yeah. And sex just is a byproduct of that.
Yeah.
So
I can attest to that.
Yeah, so can I.
Why are you giving this to me?
I can attest to that.
You come to my house, we fucking.
Yeah. I can attest to that because that happened to me on so many levels.
Explain, sir. Please.
I have, experienced orgasm, and let's just say I've done some things without touching the other person or actually going inside the other person. Like there's levels. There's intercourse sex. There's outer course sex.
Yeah.
What the fuck is outer core sex?
You don't know what
Please
outer core
tell me
sex.
what outer core sex is.
Tracy, break it down. Break it down, Tracy.
The outer core sex, to the degree that I define it, and again, this is just my knowledge of it, is again outward, where you're not going inwardly to experience that orgasm or that penetration, if that makes sense. The outer.
Let me ask you ladies a question.
So that could.
Have either one of you ever orgasmed off of just getting oral?
Yes, absolutely.
Really? How long did that take?
Well, she's entitled to not answer if she
No,
chooses
that's fine.
to.
I'm asking for my own edification because I sit there and I'm like, maybe I can finish off of oral, but I'm so impatient and I feel bad for the young lady. I'm like, you don't need to be down there for 20 minutes.
especially when it only takes you 2.
Yeah. Remember you had said too?
That's when I'm in that joint. You hear me?
Wait, 2
I'm
minutes
ready.
to do your thing and then out?
That's what he said earlier.
I said 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Thank you.
3 minutes,
Please do
okay.
not take away my minute.
Sorry. It's going to be more than 3 minutes to me.
I got kids. How much time we need? We got to get in that. We doing this in the lunch break.
Whoa. Not on the lunch break. Okay.
Don't judge my journey.
I can't wait to get married.
Don't judge my journey.
Oh, I'm not. Very, very, non-judgmental. Like you said, just being, willing to explore different places, different avenues, different ways.
I'm going to cut you off, Tracy. I like the way you're looking at Darnell when you're speaking, by the way.
We about to have sex after this show.
Really? In what way is that? Okay.
I should be sitting right over there. Like, literally.
Tracy, don't let him get in the way of our love.
I know, he's not.
You down to be a side piece?
We spoke about that earlier during the break, and
I think
I'm the piece and never a side piece. I can't go there with you.
Do it all.
She said she's the dinner, not the side.
Yeah.
Well, I'm single. So.
I'm being served on the royalty plate.
You what? You what, Tracy?
I'm being served on the royalty plate. No side pieces, no side dishes. I'm that full course meal.
That's what they all say.
Let me ask you this, Tracy, because you brought up something. Okay, say if one is not in a committed relationship, but he's seeing another woman, it's not exclusive, they just kicking or whatever, but he's feeling you at the same time. Are you willing to share?
Get the mic up. Come on now.
I don't think that's.
This is another Kanye West hesitation moment.
And you say he's not in an exclusive relation. If knowingly he tells me that, I'm not going to be able to go there with him. You know, even though he's in that dating stages and he's exploring his options and, you know, he's being honest and open and letting me know that, that's not acceptable for me. And that's just personal.